Hello YouTube, LD50 here, back in another video, and today I'm just going to take a quick run through the mods that I've been using for building in Fallout 4, in case anybody is interested in building. They might find this information useful. From the top, we've got USO, unlock settlement objects. So we have the core component as our very first thing, top of the load order, and then underneath that we have the unofficial Fallout 4 patch. So this one here is supposed to fix some bugs. It does fix some things. It doesn't fix others. I don't have it installed. It does seem to run a bit better. So, and then underneath that we have the USO unlock settlement objects DLC components. And then underneath that we have the Move That Workbench mod. This one allows you to place the workbench wherever you want. You know, if you don't want it where it is in the settlement, or it's in the way, or you know, whatever, you can move it. Very useful mod. Settlements extended. This is the one that gives us a greater build area. And often it'll include water where it would normally have included water, if that's possible. So some of the settlements are extended quite a long way. Settler Sandbox expansion is supposed to help with the way that they move. It works a bit, but maybe it doesn't always work as well as you want. Workshop Decorations Pack. This is a new mod that I've used. This is the one that gave us the decorated counters and stuff at County Crossing, if you've seen that video. There is a lot of content in this, but it is a little bit more difficult to use, but you know, it's usable, so I've got it installed. Again, more unique furniture. I haven't used any of this furniture in any of my builds yet, but it is installed and ready to be used. QWAPA, this is one of my favorite mods. This is the mod that allows me to place anywhere within the build menu, and also to make static. So it means that if you place junk decorations around and you don't want them to move in the event of an attack or being brushed inadvertently by a settler, you can make them static so they fix in place. So QWAPA, brilliant mod. STS All-in-One, STS Extras and Living, and STS Living Extra and Living, which I think is the DLC version. Well, that's the base game version, that's the Season Pass version. I've got them both installed. This just allows you to scrap bodies and stuff like that. Very useful. And, you know, basically scrap lots of extra things. It doesn't allow you to scrap everything. There are a couple of mods on here that aren't active at the moment that I use at the beginning of building a settlement that allow me to scrap the items that you wouldn't normally be able to scrap. Prisoner Shackles, I've got that installed. Haven't used it on this particular save yet, but it allows you to, as you can see from the little picture there, assign settlers to there and they'll behave as though they're prisoners. So, you know, immersion. Freemaker, this is a fantastic mod. This allows you to pretty much make any item in the game. So it's good for decorating. You can make, you know, all sorts of junk stuff, all sorts of aid, ammo, anything you want to use. I don't play Fallout 4 for the challenge of completing the game. I play it for the challenge of building settlements, and so you know, I use Freemaker heavily. I'm not going to go scrounging for stuff to decorate my settlements with. I did that on the very first playthrough and it became tedious, so this makes the thing more enjoyable. Open season bug. I have a problem with open season and Nuka World. For some reason it doesn't work properly. I've installed this mod here to see if I can get it to work on this playthrough. I've only travelled as far as Nuka World yet. I haven't gone to see... Well, I've seen the pack leaders and that's it. I haven't gone any further with the DLC. I'd normally probably just want to do open season and get rid of them because I don't want to give any of my settlements away. But however, this is a different playthrough, so I may play through the DLC properly and you know, build settlements for them in the main Commonwealth. Colour Workshop lights, haven't used any on my most recent County Crossings build, but I have used them elsewhere. Just gives you some nice coloured lights. Post supports and beams, again this is for immersion, so you can put beams and posts and stuff, planks, stuff to build with. Auto closing doors and gates, that's if you want doors to close automatically. So either a good selection of doors within this mod that will close. I don't like auto closing, but I haven't really used them yet. I may use them in the future. They're a pain if you use them in build mode because they auto close and then you can't open them because you're in build mode. But they're the sort of thing that you might put on your settlement. Once you've completed the settlement and you're like, okay, I don't want to do anything else to it, I'm going to put the doors on now and I want them to be auto closing. This is the mod for you. Alright, SCRAP, so settlement cleaning and blah, 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 blah. I can't remember what the acronym is for. This is one of the good mods for scrapping settlements, so I will enable this when I first get to a settlement, scrap everything I need, and then I'll disable it. The reason I disable it is it has a weird interaction with some items that you place. So some decoration items on furniture that you place, certainly stuff that comes from USO, if you have this mod enabled, you can place them fine, but you can't move them. You can only get the option to scrap them. So then the only way to move them is to use a place anywhere tool, which makes it very clunky. So I only have this enabled when I want to scrap things that the STS, scrap that settlement, wouldn't normally scrap. And again, scrap all things, again, these two, I don't know how close they are to each other, but I run them at the same time. Just allows me to scrap absolutely everything. There are some settlements where this will be a problem. You can end up scrapping stuff that you wish you hadn't scrapped, so use these with caution. Colsey's Kingsport Lighthouse, this removes the building. Even these two mods here I don't think will remove the building at Kingsport Lighthouse, and it's basically unrepairable. So on one of my other saves I've done a Kingsport Lighthouse build, so I used this to remove that building, so I've left it on. I'm not sure what I'm going to do on this playthrough yet, whether I will use Kingsport and do it the same that I did before, removing the old building, or whether I'll make it law friendly and just use the building. Don't know yet, haven't got to Kingsport so far. And then unlock ballistic weave. There is an issue you get doing the railroad, that sometimes you'll do all the quests and you still won't get the ballistic weave. So I did all the radiant quests and I had I couldn't get Tinker Tom to trigger the stage that gives you the ballistic weave, so I've just used the mod to unlock it. Pre-War Sanctuary Edition, I've never used this mod, I've just got it there. At some point I may have a go at it. I don't really like Sanctuary to build on, I find it very difficult. You either scrap everything and then you've got a massive open area which is just a nightmare to build in, or it just looks really scrappy. So I've got this because I want to have a go with the Pre-War Sanctuary and see what it looks like. I may or may not use it. Power conduits radius increase. This is the base game version, and this is for Automatron, Far Harbor, Nuka World, so basically the DLCs. What this does is it increases the radius of the power conduits, so you have to put less in. They go from 500 to 1500, whatever that means. So basically they're 3 times the radius. But the other thing that it does is it removes the build limit on your settlements, so there's no build limit. You have to be careful with that, because obviously if you make your settlement too large, it'll end up just completely crashing your game or whatever. And then finally, unrestricted settlements. We have down here, actually that's in the wrong place, small workshop. I might move that. That could be moved up. That needs to be moved up. Actually, we'll do that now. We'll reorder that. We'll put that we'll stick that where are we going to stick that? We'll stick that there. Yeah, that shouldn't have been at the bottom. I think I've just recently updated it. Small workshop stuff gives you a lot of building stuff, has new textures on some building items, and has some unlocked things. Some of the unlocked items are the same as USO, and some of them aren't, but they'll run concurrently. So I've just installed that recently. And then finally, unrestricted settlements, which I've recently found out should be pretty much at the bottom of your load order. What this does, it, as the text says, it removes the restrictions, stop you building certain items in workshop mode. So what that means is, for the settlements that you couldn't normally build certain things at, so like Boston Airport, you're not normally allowed to build any settler stuff, really, so because it's not supposed to be used as a settlement. So you can't normally build food there, you can't build a recruitment beacon, you can't build the Vault-Tec management system, etc. What this does is this allows you to do that. It even allows you to do it at home plate, should you want to do that, but there is you can't have settlers or supply lines. It just doesn't have that functionality. But it's good for Boston Airport. The Mechanist's Lair, I stay away from that. That is clunky as anything when you've got mods on. So I'm not really building there. I did build there in a vanilla game without any mods installed. There is a video on my channel of that. And it was fun to build at, but it was a big challenge, and yeah, you can't run it as a settlement unless you've got mods, and with mods it crashes a lot. So I leave the Mechanist's Lair alone, really. It's a bit of a shame, because it's sort of quite nice little interesting place to build at. So there we go. That is the mods and the order that I have them in. As you can see, I did reorder slightly there. We'll just back out and allow the game to reload. So I do hope that this has been of some use if you are into settlement building on the PS4 and you want to, you know, use some mods. These are the mods that I've used, and these are the mods, the order that I have them in. So I'm hoping that can be of use. Anyway, looks like we're not going to load in before the end of the video. Oh yes, no, yes, no. So anyway, if you have enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing. Leave me a like. It'll motivate me to keep making videos for everybody. I'm LD50. You've been lovely, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.